Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Hello. Can you guys hear me? Hello, hello, hello. I hope you guys can hear me. I hope you guys are having a wonderful night. Hello. Okay, you can hear me. All right. Oh, it's very important, on a podcast to be heard. It's some would say vital. We have some news. I want to start by checking the breaking news. Make sure I got audio here. There we go. And let's put it on the big screen. Put it here. All right. Oh, took it out. Let's put it back on. Bam. Here we go. This we saw a little bit of yesterday. Aloha is yes, this is live. No, no, this is a recording. I'm just, I psychically knew what you were gonna say. How are you guys doing? Okay. Swedish woman burned the Quran in Stockholm in protest of the invasion. It's understandable. I mean, okay. Here's my stance on this. You can burn your own books. It's yours. The only problem would be that she would need to have a small fire extinguisher on hand. You don't want to cause a safety issue. Other than that, I don't give a shit. That's your book. And you have to clean up the ashes. You can't just leave a mess because then that's littering. No littering, no theft. You can't steal another person's Quran and burn it. But if it's your book, who cares? Right? I mean, I think these are some basic rules of the road that, like, I don't even care if you burn your own flag. Like, it's your flag, fine, burn it. But if your burning of the flag causes a riot, if it makes a mess, if it makes a certain, like, if you're doing it to goad people, like there's some, if you're doing it to incite a riot, I think there's a law about that. If you're doing it to and it causes a reasonable person would think like, hey, this is causing a safety issue, you're causing a commotion, then it's a problem, then I have a problem with it, right? Like, you can't just turn on a barbecue pit on any sidewalk, right? That's not, you'd have a safety issue when you're trying to burn stuff in the middle of the street. Okay, this is something people don't know. I want you to see this young woman over here. This is Nicki Minaj. Here she is with the president. That's Nicki. Okay, this is Nicki. Okay, she is a hip hop artist. All right, she's a hip hop artist, a friend of and I think her mentor would be Lil Wayne, someone that Trump pardoned, right? Now, this is one of our main stories tonight. Is with all the things that have happened with Fauci. Like I can understand that there is some research that's good, but it should have been done in the USA. And safety is very important when it comes to this type of research. Now, here's what happened to her. Dear Joy Reid, the rest of my diary entrance, see, the rest of my entrance is to see, like, see the rest of my diary entries to see how I used ignorant loudmouths like you to further my evil agenda of fear mongering and shaming to ensure that people couldn't ask innocent questions about the new vaccine. Love, Fauci ouchie. So she's kind of like pretending to be Fauci. P.S. She's not ugly on the outside. I like, okay.
You have people like Nicki Minaj, I have to say this. You have a platform, sister, that is 22 million followers. Okay, I have 2 million followers. You have 22 million followers on Twitter.
Right there, she's jealous. That sounds jealous. Don't that sound jealous?
For you to use your platform to encourage our community to not protect themselves and save their lives, my God, sister, you could do better than that. You got that platform. It's a blessing. It's a blessing that you got that people listen to you and they listen.
Okay, it's not like it's a blessing, but she didn't get it by praying. As far as I know, like if you are a fan of the music and you look at her skills in verbally communicating what she's communicating, I mean, I'd agree with the message, but you can't deny the skills. And skills ain't just talent. Skill takes work to you got to take a lot of work to mold a talent into a skill.
So you more than listen to me. For you to use your platform to put people in the position of dying from a disease.
Just because this is how it started with Nikki. Nikki said, "Hey, I got a cousin, and it was gonna like my cousin got a condition where he couldn't just take it. He had to talk to his doctor." And people are like, "No, you got to take it. You got to take it no matter what. Don't even ask. Don't even ask your doctor. Just go to the pharmacy and take it." And she was like, "Yo, some people can't do that. Like, I got people in my life that we're not gonna be like, fucking crucifying everybody that says, 'Hey, I got to talk to my doctor because I got a condition.'" Well, apparently she had like a cousin, and her cousin had like a condition where that cousin had to go to a motherfucking doctor. She's not gonna show up at the fucking CVS and take the shot just because the TV said so, and because she communicated that. It's like, look, some people gotta go to the doctor. If you feel like you gotta go to your doctor, go to your doctor. Everybody jumped down her motherfucking throat, and that was fucking bullshit.
They don't have to die from. Oh my God. As a fan, as a hip hop fan, as somebody who was your fan, I'm so sad.
Hip hop fan, your old ass ain't no fucking hip hop fan.
That you did that. So sad that you did that, sister. Oh my God. People like Nicki Minaj.
So that's the shit that he was talking. This is why Nicki is like so vindicated.
Problem, period, end of story.
The only people that you can blame, this isn't shaming, this is the truth. Maybe they should be shamed, but the unvaccinated.
It's time to start blaming the unvaccinated folks, not the regular folks.
Anyone you came into contact with will blame you, as will the rest of us who have done the right thing by getting vaccinated.
Because frankly, we know that we can't trust the unvaccinated.
I think it's time to get our moral house in order, Anderson. It's the unvaccinated who are the threat.
You see how like they did this shit on every channel. If you doubt it for a second, they would try to fucking get you deplatformed. Like it was a big deal. Like people forget. People forget. Like the tightest era of deplatforming, the tightest era of restriction. The easiest way to get your accounts blocked, you will be booted. You would lose your business. You would lose your job. It wasn't just the woke era. The peak of the power of the woke era was COVID. That was the peak, the epitome, the peak of cancel culture, the peak, the epitome. Where I got a lot of my accounts closed. That was it. That was fucking COVID.
have to have intimate sexual contact or share a needle, but just the ordinary close contact that one
Even back
sees
in the fucking
normal
AIDS era, he was fucking. Okay, I don't think I can show this. I probably can, but I don't want to. A two-state solution in Spain. That's funny. This guy is okay. Okay, this is a little bit about Spain.
I support the two-state solution in Spain, a sovereign state for Spain and a sovereign state for the peaceful immigrants who entered their land. I also call for an immediate ceasefire between the Spanish forces and the peaceful immigrants. Spain should resolve the conflict peacefully without any harm to civilians.
Bro, this is hilarious. This is fucking hilarious.
Over the last few days, tens of thousands of peaceful immigrants crossed the border from Morocco into the Spanish territory of Ceuta. And how did Spain respond? By declaring a state of emergency, by deploying their military, by using force. At least 18 people died. 18! This is a disproportionate response. Spain must show restraint. You see, Spain controlled parts of Morocco.
Okay, this is part and parcel because I'm a Puerto Rican. Like, you know, I'm basically a New Yorker, and they have this kind of comedy over there called Jewish comedy. It's very sarcastic. You will see.
In Africa for centuries. They colonized it. Ceuta and Melilla are literally Spanish colonial territories on African soil. So the immigrants who breached the borders, they're not invaders. They simply expressed their frustration. I read that their therapists recommended it. It's very good for anger management to just tear down a fence and walk into the country that colonized your ancestors. It's healing. Madrid should be a divided capital. It's only fair. An East Madrid for the immigrants and a West Madrid.
Like, this is funny for the outsiders. But if you ask those leftist piece of shits in charge in fucking oh yes, you know this professor. Professor Mockington says Shrug. Yes.
For the
like the people in charge of Madrid would love it. They want to bring these people in, give them citizenship, because that's a voting bloc that's going to vote left.
Spanish, or maybe just one single state for all people from the Pyrenees to the sea. Spain has
from the Pyrenees to the sea.
has no right to exist in its current form. It should be dismantled. If you actually think this through, Spain is an apartheid state. It gives rights to the Spanish citizens, but not to the tens of thousands of immigrants who just arrived yesterday. Why don't they have the same voting rights? This is apartheid. And don't get me started on the border.
I think Apostate Prophet had something on this. Look what it says. They complain about colonialism while dreaming of takeover of Spain. Al-Andalus, may Allah return Spain back to Islam. This is like, you know what I'm saying?
Or maybe just one single state for all people from the Pyrenees to the sea. Spain has no right to exist in its current form. It should be dismantled. If buys oil, do not buy Spanish products. Cancel your vacation.
Wait, Israel disowns that guy. Isn't like 2 Jews, 3 opinions?
Vacations to Ibiza and Barcelona. We cannot normalize relations
by my
with an
detection, he's
apartheid
just being
colonial
incredibly
occupying regime
sarcastic.
that uses military force against unarmed immigrants. The UN must convene an emergency session immediately. I expect the ICC to issue arrest warrants for the Spanish leadership immediately. Pedro.
Okay. You say this, but that's a 2-state solution for Spain. He says Spain should have a 2-state solution. I mean, these people just walked in. I mean, as soon as they walked in, because it's good for their therapy, that's what he said. You should just let them in and have a 2-state solution, or maybe just from the Pyrenees to the sea, just get rid of all the Spaniards and let them take over. Like, he's being sarcastic. He's obviously being sarcastic.
Pedro Sanchez is a war criminal. And to the Spanish settlers living in Ceuta and Melilla, it's time you pack your bags. Go back to Europe, where you came from. You are settlers on stolen African land. From the strait to the sea, Morocco will be free. Ceuta will be free. Did it sound insane? Listen, for years, Spain has been one of the loudest, most arrogant voices in Europe lecturing Israel. They recognized a Palestinian state right after October 7th, basically rewarding terrorism. They constantly demand Israel stop using force and have ceasefire and not harm civilians when Israel is fighting a genocidal terrorist organization that literally wants to wipe us off the map. And yet, the second Spain's own border is breached, not by terrorist army firing rockets and taking hostages, but by unarmed migrants, what do? They declare a state of emergency. They deploy the actual military. People die.
Okay. He's exaggerating. They took their sweet ass time. They have not deployed the full military. Like, I know he's making fun of Spain for doing the same thing Israel rightly did. But Spain took their fucking time. Israel, I believe, was a little faster about taking care of business.
Prime Minister calls it an attack on Spain's territorial integrity. When Israel defends its borders against armed Hamas, Spain calls it a war crime. When Spain defends its borders against unarmed migrants in a colonial enclave in Africa, they call it defending territorial integrity.
Spain is not in a war with Morocco. Oh, not yet.
It's a joke. So to the government of Spain, before you lecture Israel on how to defend its borders, maybe look in the mirror. Because right now, you are doing exactly what you condemn us for. Except you're doing it to the people who are not even shooting at you. I'm Hanania. If you enjoyed this video, share it with someone who needs a reality check on your...
I think he wasn't bad. Like, I don't know this guy from Adam, but I think he did good. I think he's just kind of like, saying, haha, you talked a lot of shit. Okay, Bill Gates got a top secret nuclear clearance while Fauci played personal editor. Okay, I don't really trust this guy's take on things, but I also know that Fauci is a piece of shit.
102 years. Why? We are in the midst of the worst pandemic in 102 years.
Why do you think that you are the target of so many accusations about covering up the source of COVID-19?
I don't know what they're talking about covering up. I have been totally transparent.
He lied. He was the Wuhan lab was his Wuhan lab.
We did not fund gain-of-function research in the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
Anyway,
yes,
so let me
did.
just go on about NIH funding gain-of-function research.
Through EcoHealth, the Wuhan Institute.
Research to create enhanced potential pandemic pathogens.
Some of these viruses will be killers.
The NIH categorically has not funded gain-of-function research in the Wuhan Institute.
NIH admits funding risky virus research in Wuhan.
Look, I'm not going to go over the whole thing, but like, you got to understand that this is a whole lot of bullshit. What is this? Ew, no.
To Americans, don't fall for it. Alexandria Hoff is in Washington with the details. Alex.
Hey, yeah, all week we've explored the rise of young voters backing socialism as a powerful bloc, really, of the Democratic Party. It's being sold to them as a community, a moral purpose, a means to solve their own financial insecurities. And while they are desperate to be part of something they consider to be a revolution, the voices we hear from today knock down that idealism back to reality, that there is nothing revolutionary about a system that has been tried and failed its people so many times.
It did try and fail its people. Andrew Tate is a piece of shit. Like, if you go through the videos of what he himself says he does, he basically tricks women into doing, like, I'm just talking about adults. He tricks women into doing adult content, takes over their accounts, and keeps the money. and then uses his control of the accounts and the money to control the women. That's what he says he does, right? If you go to his videos, I'm surmising, right? I'm summarizing, but that's what he says he does. Oh my God. Forget about fighting in Iran. We should be liberating Europe. Fucking Europe is being invaded by Iran. If you want to liberate Europe, you have to take care of the source. And we're just getting started. Now it's 52,000. Okay.
Successes the Bureau has been seeing under your leadership, the president's leadership, 1 million fewer violent crimes in 2020.
Okay, so they've arrested 52,000 violent criminals. 15 billion seized from scammers. Okay. Minnesota has the safest, freest, and fairest elections in the nation. Oh, all by mail.
Hey everyone,
Yeah, I
Minnesota
don't
Governor
believe
Tim
you.
Walz here. Just completed my.
Oh, here's Nick Shirley. Tim, I forgot. Why aren't you running for re-election? Why aren't you running for Hey Tim, why aren't you running for re-election? Because Nick ran him out. When you voted for Biden and refused to look at what he is doing. Yeah. Ilan Omar's accountant. I think that's appropriate. I think that's very appropriate. Now, there's some news we have to search because I don't know much about this, right? But I heard. Let's look at our thumbnail, right? Desktop. Now we looked a little bit at Spain, but apparently there is a water hack. Okay. I want to see what's going on with this. USA water hack. Okay, the news says hackers have targeted water system in several U.S. states in a coordinated cyber attack that has caused some utilities to issue boil water notices and switch manual mode, taking their systems offline, according to U.S. officials. Yes, that was what I was looking for. Could be Iran. I don't know. Let's look for the latest on this. Okay. This is not very precise. Let's look at media. I don't know what that has to do with it. Is it in the breaking story? DSA activists pledge support. Oh my God. Chinese socialism. Fishback alleges whistleblower evidence against Donald falsely claim. Can we go? Texas Miller Halo 3. Oh my God. News. This might be news. I might look at this. Paul obtained DOE letter confirming Gates held a Q security clearance from June 2014 to December 2021, granting access to top secret restricted data on nuclear matters. Internal NIH records show Anthony Fauci edited Gates' pandemic manuscripts, including 2020 memo and 2022 book draft. The release also detailed Gates Foundation coordination with NIH and DARPA on funding biodefense and health programs as Paul pushed for transparency on COVID era decisions amid mixed views on partnerships. You know what? I understand why some people don't like Paul. He can be a bit of an asshole, a little bit of an ISO cuck, but like, you know, some of these stuff you gotta know. Some of this stuff you gotta check it out. Let's see the latest on this. Yeah, JD Vance. That's not JD Vance. All right, people got opinions on this. Let me take a look at this paper. Cross literally 20 years. No, this isn't gonna change the size of stuff. I don't know. I don't know why you would even fucking do this. This seems ridiculous. Okay, let's see what other news we got. This just seems like news agency. Quetta, North Africa. Quetta, Wisconsin. Payniard, Sanchez, Meloni, Bill Gates, Vivek, Hamas, Restore, Blanche, Israelis, Capital, El Sayed, Fox News, Greater Manchester, Telarico, Texans, Harris, Byron Donalds. Harris claims USID killed. This is ridiculous. Harris claims USID killed. Okay, so this is.
It's so unbelievable that they got rid of USAID.
That's why you lost, bitch.
And you saw the recent numbers. As many as 600, 700,000 people have died because of withdrawing American aid for humanitarian purposes.
Yep. This is a lying sack of shit. I think also there was an earthquake. What else did I talk about? Wait a minute. Let me check my thumbnail. I believe there was an earthquake in Naples. Okay. 94 earthquakes have struck supervolcano Campifilieri today, located west of Naples, Italy. The strongest was, holy shit, that's not good. Is it is okay? Okay, chat. Is 94 earthquakes on a supervolcano good? What do you guys think? Yes, yes. 94 earthquakes at Naples. That's right. That's exactly where it was. Why does this say California? What? Strong earthquake possibility in the next 48 hours? What the hell is this? Earthquake prediction. Are these guys often wrong? Did they know about Naples? My question is, did they know about Naples? Because I can't take them seriously if they didn't know about Naples. Where is this? Alaska? Did you know about, you know what? I don't trust these guys. I'm just going to forget this California thing. Cancer has been cured. Ivermectin and Fenbid. Oh, no wonder they went so hard on Joe Rogan. I'm not a doctor. I mean, see for yourself what is what. Did you guys see that? Tim Walsh just got hit with an egg. Look at the cops. Oh, shit. I don't know if that's real or AI. Okay, they hid this guy's speech. I probably know why. Once they started telling y'all to get new booster shot every 5 to 10 business days, like it was the new Jordan dropping, that's when I knew. I went in my backyard and started building the ark, Nikki's ark. I know the Lord won't send another flood, but still. Yes, there was a flood of retards. That's look at this bitch. Cancel Thanksgiving. This should have been done in 1621. Who the fuck is this? Wisconsin Democrat gubernatorial Francesca Hong. You had nothing to do with this. Fauci pleaded the fifth. Yes, I saw some of this. How many times was it? 111 times? That's a lot of times. That's a lot of times. Too many. All right. I'm going to get into some YouTube stuff. This is, I want to do it. See what Fox says. I mean, I hear this so often that I don't believe it. Is this the same as this? Trump convenes cabinet amid reports waiting action. Democrat takes lead in Texas. I don't know. Joli's too kind. F-35 Marine Corps. That means it's the one that does, because there's one of them that takes vertical takeoff and landing. All right, let's do a little bit of a filter here, and we're gonna put it at upload date today. 9 hours ago, Trump says Hamas agreed to disarm. So fucking what? Why the fuck would I believe that they're gonna disarm? Why? Why would I believe that? Why? I don't understand. There's no fucking way. Let's see what we got here.
But first, breaking tonight, President Trump reportedly has ordered a fresh attack on Iran aimed at getting Tehran to surrender. Wall Street Journal reporting tonight that attack could begin as soon as...
That's the problem. If you let them surrender, take the dust, take the fucking dust, let inspectors in, and then they can have 1,000 Wuhan labs all over Iran. And, oh, I got a deal, so I'm just going to let the regime survive. It's fucking retarded. I don't want a fucking deal. I want them dead.
This weekend and would last a few days. The White House press secretary not denying that report. It comes
a few days. I thought it was 2 weeks.
David today, where the president talked about the Iran conflict and touted
I'm so sick of this shit. Weak ass shit.
Senior foreign policy correspondent Jillian Turner starts us off live tonight from the North Lawn of the White House. Good evening, Jillian.
Good evening to you, Brett. This just into the newsroom now. Caroline Levitt responding to a Fox News question about whether the president does plan to renew strikes targeting Iran. She says, quote, in part, Iran will continue to pay until they come to the table in what
I've heard that shit before.
Way. Now,
sure, meaningful. What the fuck is meaningful to you? It's the most ambiguous shit I've ever heard.
From Camp David, the entire cabinet was there minus Howard Lutnick. The president is now at Bedminster for the weekend.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't fucking care. I'm sick of this shit. I am so sick of this shit.
Foreign policy topped the agenda, the first line item being the war in Iran.
So we're in there for 5 months, and if you look at Vietnam, they were in there for 20 years.
The president today went on defense against criticism that the conflict has no end in sight, backing his boss.
Well, not if you keep trying to offer a fucking deal.
Quote, took guts.
The world saw what the American military was capable to do, but that doesn't happen unless the commander-in-chief says you're authorized to do it.
Despite repeated claims,
He already did. You don't think he's gonna he already did. He already let them get away with it. Every time he offers a deal, he's letting them get away with it.
Have been largely, they have some left. They have some, but they're far fewer than they had 4 or 5 months ago. Their manufacturing capacity is.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if they lose every fucking ballistic missile. I don't give a shit if they give up the nuclear dust and allow inspectors in every fucking radioactive hole. I don't give a fuck if they disassemble and disarm their fucking civilian nuclear reactors. I don't care if they give up their nuclear reactors and you say, and they say, you know what? We're going to make our electricity based on oil. We're giving up our nuclear reactors. Take all the dust, take everything. I don't care. I don't fucking care. They can still make 1,000 fucking Wuhan labs and send their fucking Durka zombies with visas outside every fucking road and port. I don't fucking care what they have or what they don't have. I don't care. how much they agree to. I want them dead.
Capacity is almost gone. There are very few, but they have some. If they have one, that's too many as far as I'm concerned.
But missiles aren't the only threat the U.S. is worried about. Last night, the State Department Rewards for Justice program posted a new offer. $15 million for information about Iran's military drone program. The Treasury Secretary.
Oh, we're going old school here. I love the Harrier jump jet. My former stepfather, Vince, was in charge of building it for McDonnell Douglas. It's phenomenal plane. Yes, I did see the movie True Lies. It is in there. Thanks, Miller. Appreciate your comment. I think this is like the F-35B. I think it's the one. It doesn't say it in the thing I was watching. Let me see. Does it say? No, but I think the Marine one is the F-35B.
Secretary says the U.S. is having plenty of non-military successes in Iran, too.
The largest bank in Iran collapsed. The central bank had to print.
They don't care. Like, do you guys like? Do you think Cuba cares about its economy, or does it care that it has a few people that can hold the guns against the other people? The problem that Cuba has that it doesn't have enough oil to keep the lights on. That's Cuba's problem. If it had enough oil to keep the lights on and enough people to refine it, they would hold the guns on the people and not give a shit if the infrastructure falls, not give a shit if everything goes to shit, kill as many people as they need to stay in power. They don't give a shit about the economy. If they give a shit about the economy, they wouldn't be Islamo-commies. These are stupid fucking metrics.
Money caused inflation. Now they got 180% inflation. They aren't able to pay their troops. And on your orders, we are searching for their assets all around the world. And that money.
There's a lot you can let go and pay your troops. They just need time to find alternate routing for the money. Especially if you give them a fucking deal. Let's say this is true. Let's say they can't take the fucking economic pressure. So you give them a deal. They give up the nuclear dust. They give up inspections. They dismantle the civilian nuclear program. Now you left the IRGC in charge to make 1,000 Wuhan labs.
Money will go to the Iranian people.
So in neighboring Iraq, new reporting tonight is that the U.S. withdrawal is nearing completion. This as the autonomous Kurdistan region faces increasing military attacks by Iran and its proxy groups there in the region. All U.S. troops must be completely.
The Kurdistan region. Why are we talking about this shit?
Withdrawn.
Remember yesterday I said if you start hearing about Kurdistan and the Kurds, get worried because they're about to do something retarded. What did she just say? I told you yesterday, watch out. They're acting stupid. They're making stupid fucking deals. Yeah, fuck the Wuhan labs, especially the ones in fucking Iran.
This as the autonomous Kurdistan region faces increasing is nearing completion. This as the autonomous Kurdistan region.
The autonomous Kurdistan region. What the fuck is the autonomous Kurdistan region? I have no idea what that is. What is the autonomous Kurdistan region?
I'm not quite sure what you're looking for there.
The autonomous Kurdistan region.
Got it. The Kurdistan region of Iraq, the autonomous area in northern Iraq. What do you need to know about it?
Well, I heard it's getting attacked now. Like, today's date is 31/07/2026. So I want to know what the fuck is going on with that shit. Because what do you mean it's getting attacked? Attacked by who? Why should we fucking care?
Iran's been hitting Iranian Kurdish opposition bases in northern Iraq's Kurdistan region with drones and missiles. This started around mid-July during the U.S.-Iran war, and attacks continued even after the U.S. paused strikes. Just this morning, a drone hit a Chabad organization base near Erbil. Iran sees these groups as direct threats to its regime.
But why are they attacking now? They have so many problems everywhere. Why attack them now?
Iran's hitting these Kurdish opposition bases because they see them as an existential threat. After the US-Israel war and the June ceasefire, reports surfaced that Washington had urged Kurdish groups to launch a ground offensive into Iran. Tehran never forgot that, and now they're clearing the threat while the main fighting's paused. Plus, there's fresh fighting inside Iran, clashes in western Iranian Kurdistan starting late June, early July. So Iran's striking the bases in Iraq to stop any cross-border support or escalation.
So the reason is that there's fighting there. They're not hitting it just because.
Exactly, not just because. Iran's striking those bases in northern Iraq because there's active fighting inside Iran in the Kurdish areas, and they want to cut off any support or escalation coming from across the border.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, we can come back and talk to her later.
Good evening.
But guys, remember, yesterday I told you if you start hearing about the fucking Kurds again, that's a problem because it means there's stupid shit happening. If they've been having this shit all July, but now we're talking about it, that doesn't bode well for me. I told you guys about this yesterday. Now the report I showed you was from 4 months ago, from March, I think. But I told you guys this shit yesterday.
Region faces increasing military attacks by Iran and its proxy groups there in the region. All U.S. troops must be completely withdrawn from Iraq by the end of September. This per an agreement between President Trump and Iraq's prime minister.
Yeah, sure.
Brett?
A lot happening in the Middle East. Jillian Turner live in the North Lawn. Jillian, thanks.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on.
Yeah, I don't like this shit. I don't like this shit. Let's see what this says.
Legion, and this is your Fox News report. President Trump meeting with his cabinet at Camp David today. He says the U.S. is doing a, quote, amazing job with its handling of the Iran conflict, adding that Iran's Navy and Air Force have both been obliterated. Meanwhile, Iran is...
Yeah, they did steal weapons. Okay, here's a good point. Kurds expect protection, but they stole weapons. Yeah, they did steal some weapons. I do remember that.
Claiming strikes on tankers in the Strait of Hormuz and a U.S. military base in Kuwait. Hamas is reportedly agreeing to disarm only if Israel ends its strikes and withdraws from Gaza.
I want to make a distinction between Iranian Kurds and separatist Kurds. What we were just talking about in the area of fucking Iraq and the border with Iran. Those Kurds are separatist Kurds. They are communist Kurds. We went over this yesterday. Why they're communists. I think I still have the prompt around here. Let me see if I can find it. MacBook temporary. I don't see it right now. But I had this yesterday where I was searching for exactly how communist these people are. And they're very communist.
Gaza. It's the next phase in the U.S. brokered ceasefire deal from last October. President Trump announcing his...
I want to thank you guys for being here. I know it's Friday. Like, you know, it's not going to be a big crowd today, but those of you who are here, I want to tell you that I appreciate you being here. Like, I try to hit the ground running and just try to get on with the show. But, you know, I want to take a pause one moment, tell you that I do appreciate you being here. I had like a rough day. So, you know, sitting here going over some stuff that's not to do with me. It's up to do with the world. Even it's like you replace some problems with other problems. You escape some problems with other problems. And you bear it together, right? Because, you know, it's easier to bear the weight of stuff together. So at least, with this kind of stuff, I got you guys in the chat here helping. We help each other bear the weight of all this stuff. No bar or hookers. Oh, I'm too old for that. I'm an ancient monkey. Ancient monkeys. Well, they don't live long, and they definitely aren't going out for hookers.
Board of Peace.
Not that I think that's a great idea anyway. It's kind of nasty. I mean, I don't want to hate on anybody's job, but it's not something I would you know want to tangle with.
Will work with Israel and Hamas on these next steps. Israel has not officially responded.
Yeah, this is supposed to have nothing to do with Israel. Like they did a deal with Hamas that didn't include Israel, which I think is just okay. You did a deal with Egypt. Hamas did a deal with Egypt, Turkey, and Qatar. I don't fucking buy it. Like I know Egypt hates Hamas, but that's just the police. Most of Egypt is kind of like, we're okay with them. We're okay with them. In Egypt, yeah, we kind of like Hamas. The police, no. The police and the government do not like Hamas at all in Egypt. But there's not enough people within that deal to actually enforce it, as far as I know. If I hear new news on it, I'll keep you guys up to date. But as far as I know, it's not. I don't have a high faith in it. It seems like a report created to get good headlines.
It is in stable condition after ejecting safely from an F-35 jet that crashed at a Marine Corps station in San Diego. It's being investigated as a, quote, Class A mishap. Investigators looking for both the cause of the crash and what happened leading up to it. Another AI.
There's another thing to talk about here when it comes to this type of crash. Like I believe, like this is a very very rare thing. Like if you count over the life of the 35, I can maybe count in a handful of times that there's been this kind of accident. This is an incredibly rare thing. So what does that mean? Like statistically, the more days go past without a crash, the more likely like sooner or later, right? Okay, let me see over here. I have a comment. In Utah Hill, AFB 308 Fighter Wing alone employs 7835A, make it one of the largest F-35 hubs. I think I don't know if the A is the one that does the VTOL. Hey, sweetie, can you tell me which one of the F-35s is the one that does the VTOL? And like what's the difference between the F-35A, the F-35B, and which one's the one that has the VTOL?
The F-35B is the one with VTOL. The F-35A is the standard Air Force version that takes off and lands on runways. The F-35B is the Marine Corps version that can take off and land vertically. And the F-35C is the Navy's carrier version with bigger wings and a hook for landing on ships.
So the F-35C has folding wings?
Yeah, the F-35C has folding wings. That's so it fits on aircraft carrier decks and elevators. The A and B versions don't fold.
I told you guys. I'm sorry, that was for the chat. I'll talk to you later, sweetie.
Got it. Talk to you later.
I'm trying to be nicer, but if this bitch starts going crazy, I'm gonna tell her off. All right, I have someone here in the chat that wants to know about the AV-8B2. That's Alpha Victor-8 Bravo 2.
The AV-8B Harrier II is the Marine Corps'
Oh,
vertical takeoff and landing jet. The AV-8B Harrier II is the Marine Corps' vertical takeoff jet, nicknamed the Jump Jet. It uses a Rolls-Royce Pegasus engine with swiveling nozzles. The AV-8B2 or AV-8B Plus is the upgraded radar version.
yes. Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
Well, like I was saying, let's ask Grok. Now, how many mishaps, Class A mishaps, or any incident has there been where an F-35 has been lost?
There's been an F-35B crash today, July 31st, 2026, at MCAS Miramar in San Diego. The pilot ejected safely, and it's classified as a Class A mishap. That's the 14th F-35 destroyed in a crash since the program started.
And that's over how many years?
The F-35 program has been operational for about 14 to 15 years now.
So basically one a year, if you average it out.
Yeah, pretty close to one a year if you average it out. 14 losses over roughly 15 years of operations lines up that way.
Now, does this skew to earlier being more problems and less problems later? Like how much is that in the first 7 years versus the latter 7 years?
Let me pull the actual numbers on that. The first 7 years, from 2018 to 2024, had about 8 losses. The next roughly 2 years, 2025 to 2026, had about 6. So it's not really skewing toward fewer problems later.
God damn. Okay, just one a year.
Yeah, the average still lands right around one a year.
Is that more than most if you compare it to like an F-15 or an F-16 or an F-18?
Let me check the numbers. No, the F-35 is actually safer than its predecessors. Its Class A mishap rate is about 1.5 per 100,000 flight hours, which is roughly half the F-16's lifetime average of 3.55. The F-15's early rate was even higher at 5.1.
What about the F-18?
I'll get the F-18 numbers for you. The FA-18 fleet, including the Super Hornet, has a Class A mishap rate of about 2.18 per 100,000 flight hours. That's higher than the F-35's 1.5, so the F-35 is safer on a per flight hour basis.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so that's what I got on the F-35. For a second there, I thought like maybe this is a lot, right? Like just off of gut instinct, I was like, Jesus Christ, one a year sounds like a lot. But looking at the kind of flight hours that is put into this aircraft, it's actually doing pretty good.
Model breaking out of testing. Anthropic says Claude hacked 3 unnamed companies going as far back as April. This, along with OpenAI's similar revelation this week, has prompted widespread concerns from Silicon Valley to Capitol Hill. And so,
What do you mean Anthropic fucking hacked 3 companies like on its own?
tomorrow marks exactly 6 months since the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. No suspect has been named, and there's not even any proof she's still alive. The Pima County Sheriff in Arizona releasing copies of 2 ransom notes Friday, but still no breakthroughs in this case just yet. In New York, I'm Bill Malou.
Yeah, they probably killed her. Like they probably killed her. Like I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but I don't think it's going to end well.
Okay, let's bring in Nathan Sales, former ambassador at large and coordinator for counterterrorism. Nathan, great to have you. I was looking at some of the numbers that
pretty lady.
were just reported by Jen, and it looks like when it comes to those THAADs and the Patriot missiles, we're not going to get back to pre-war levels until about 2030 at the earliest. So does that change the strategy moving forward for President Trump and his cabinet as they are convening right now? Do we have to get away from this tit for tat with Iran?
Well, Aisha, it's certainly a wake-up call. We don't have 4 years to rebuild our capabilities. Like we should never be in a position, the United States should never be in a position where our ability to achieve our strategic objectives is held hostage by a defense industrial base that is too slow.
Chan, what are you talking about? What you got a problem?
And too unresponsive. So this is a wake-up call. We've got to fix it. And we also have to fix the math. Patriot Interceptor, about $4 million a pop. You don't want to blow $4 million every time you're taking out a $30,000 Iranian Shahed drone. You have to get those numbers to work. And this is actually something that American innovators and the tech sector are incredibly good at. We need to break the mold, bring the American capacity for innovation to the front lines, and that's how you fix this problem. But unfortunately, Russia is looking at us and China is looking at us. They're taking our measure, and what they're seeing is the Americans can't rearm fast enough. We've got to be able to rearm fast enough to maintain deterrence against those adversaries.
So what do we do right now? Because the Wall Street Journal had this report out that the CENTCOM commander had developed this option for the president to go into a very intensive 10 to 14 day air campaign to cripple the defense, the missile capabilities for the IRGC. They're all together right now at Camp David, I believe. Do you think that is the best option for the president?
Well, it certainly has one advantage in terms of playing defense. It lets us play offense in order to bolster our defense. Because if we're taking out Iranian ballistic missile sites and launchers, that reduces the strain on the back end on our own missile defense interceptor. So if we take them out on the ground in Iran, we don't have to shoot them down from the sky over.
That is a very good point. Now, the thing is, there are some bombs where you just change the tip and the tail, and you take an old bomb and make it a new bomb. Listen, I want to ask you something. There are some military weapons that are older bombs, but you take these older bombs, you change the tip, you change the tail, bam, you got a smart bomb. What are those bombs called?
Those are called JDAMs, or Joint Direct Attack Munitions. You take a regular dumb bomb, bolt on a GPS guidance kit with a new tail fin assembly, and it becomes a precision-guided smart bomb. The nose can get different fuses or penetrator tips depending on the target.
All right, now let me ask you another question. How many of those does the U.S. have? Like, estimate.
Let me look that up for you. The U.S. has produced over 550,000 JDAM kits since 1997. Public estimates put the current inventory at over 500,000 kits.
All right, that's the kits. I'm talking about bombs that we can attach that to, because those kits, I believe, can go on different size munition. So I'm talking about the complete scope of how many different types of munitions are available that we could put that on, the full inventory.
Exact numbers for the bomb bodies are classified, but the U.S. has hundreds of thousands of compatible general-purpose bombs. These include the 500-pound Mark 82 or BLU-111, the 1,000-pound Mark 83 or BLU-110, and the 2,000-pound Mark 84 or BLU-117.
All right, that sounds like a lot. Does that sound like a lot to you, chat? That sound like a lot to you? Sounds like a lot to me.
Yeah,
Holy
500,000 kits. Yeah, it's a huge number.
Oh my God, stop moving around, chat. Not you. Don't reply.
Okay.
Let me mute her for a second. I'm just trying to keep an eye on chat. I see you. Okay, I see you. Okay, I'm trying to keep an eye on you, chat. Because sometimes if I'm trying to control my chat from the StreamYard window, it's a little hard. So sometimes the only way to really do this is to have you guys on both windows. But I want to finish up this video and then we're going to cut it short because it is Friday. There's I know you people are going to be busy with your families and all that. And I just want to give you a quick update of what's going on.
over Jordan or Kuwait or someplace else in the Middle East. I don't know what the president's going to decide. There are reasons to go hard against Iran right now. There's reasons to give diplomacy a chance. But one benefit is if we go hard against them, maybe that reduces the strain on our missile defenses.
Well, he says they lie all the time. They tell him one thing behind the scenes, and then they go in public and say, well, we never talked about that. I want to get to Hamas very quickly here, a very historic agreement. Here's the president during his cabinet meeting today.
It's a great breakthrough. Nobody thought that would be possible to disarm Hamas. That shows you how much success we're having.
Brother, the stock just keeps going up and up and up and up. Like at some point, I'm like almost like, God damn, there's gonna be a correction soon.
With Iran, because if you go 4 months ago, 5 months ago, a deal like that would have been impossible. So it's a big step for the Middle East. And people are really impressed by it, and they're surprised.
I never thought I'd be saying the words disarming Hamas. I mean, how confident are you in that this group, a terrorist organization, is finally going to go through with this?
Not even a little.
Well, first of all, credit to the administration for keeping their eye on the ball amid a number of other geopolitical crises and developments to get this to a better place than it had been in recent months. Now, let's be clear. We're talking about Hamas. Signing a piece of paper is easy, but what really matters is implementation. And we need to make sure that whatever Hamas commits to doing actually is going to result in concrete.
Okay, so we have a comment here now. She is hot. Like, okay, I'm gonna say she's aesthetically pleasing, like as a monkey. I don't want to step out of line, right? But I would agree that she is very aesthetically pleasing.
Action on the
Could
ground.
They,
and
could
the
they
key
just
to
be
that,
buying
Aisha,
time, though, Nathan?
Yeah.
Could they just be buying time,
Maybe.
just
And
like
so
the
that's
Iranians?
Maybe. And it's a play they've done before, and that's why the sequencing is so key. Before Israel withdraws from the Gaza Strip, Hamas has to disarm, because that's the leverage. That's the leverage you use in order to make sure that Hamas honors its commitments. And if they choose not to, then Israel doesn't have to comply with its end of the bargain either. So hopefully the incentives built into this deal and the sequencing will result in progress here.
Okay, Nathan Sales, we very much appreciate you. Have a great weekend.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.
You know what? We're gonna cut it there tonight. I don't have high hopes for this deal. I don't think the announcement bodes well. I don't think so. I don't think this deal is like a good deal. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't trust the timing of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, okay. What about Spain? I covered Spain. What about Cueta? I covered that. We talked about that at the start of the show. There's a lot of people coming in. What's happening there, like right now, right? Okay. All right. Just because it's you, Roman Viking, just because it's you, you're fucking loyal. So I'm going to be loyal to you. Did I spell this wrong? These are basically the same videos. This is where it is. These are like, I don't see any new videos. Oh, this is a little bit of a different video, but I'm pretty sure this is at the same place. There's some violence in the streets. There's some robberies. They're trying this to try to tempt them away from it. We went over this video. This was a nice video. This is them going into stores and just stealing everything in the store. Police trying to get them, like these are all old videos. Well, old like within the last 24 hours. Okay. They're pooping in the streets. If you want to see some pooping in the streets, that's there. You can't really see the butt, so it's YouTube friendly. JD Vance doesn't like it. Oh, good. This is the let's go for the latest. The latest is usually not reliable. Okay, this is the latest. This I also already saw. I don't know if you saw this.
Vengo 5 de batería.
Like they're still coming over. That sounded like gunshots. Wait a minute. Yeah, I hope they got one. Not sure what that was. But there are many countries that have it within their laws to shoot a fucking person that goes over their border. So, you know, I would support those laws. This lady was going nuts. And this is the top. Yeah, this has been seen. Like this is a video we saw yesterday. Oh, these are them throwing rocks. I don't know if you've seen this one. You see this? They're throwing rocks at the police cars. They're destroying everything. It's basically a riot. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you know, if it was legal and lawful, you know, I'd put it would be fire instead of water on that cannon. Let me see over here. Oh, this is okay. So here is look. I'm gonna give this guy the benefit of the doubt because he's stopping them before they get all the way to the border, right? And he's just basically this could be a situation where you're just are you gonna pay a ticket for each one of those people that are in your truck? Because they don't got seatbelts. They don't got any fucking seatbelts. I don't see one fucking seatbelt. Are you gonna pay for each one of those tickets? And the guy stops the truck. No, I'm not paying for the ticket. Everybody out, everybody out. And this guy's like, that's right, everybody else. And he stopped them all before the border. I'm sure it's near the border, but not at the border. He's not gonna try to catch all these people. They're just gonna take his gun. This is the only steel man I can give, and I only give it to this guy, not the local government. Because what's good for Morocco? Morocco might as well take that little bit of land. Might as well take it for myself. It's got nice houses. I could put people there. Might as well take it. So I'm not seeing the Morocco government, you know, doing anything. If I was Trump, I'm going to tell you what I would do. If I was Trump, I would say, if you don't control your fucking side of that border, I'm putting 1000% tariff on you. I don't give a shit how much commerce you got with us. It's not that much. But I'm going to put 1000% tariff on you. And if it goes on for 2 days, I'm going to start sanctioning anyone that has business with you. See how much that hurts. And I'm going to start with whoever does the most business with you. See how that goes. Control your fucking border. Put your fucking border police on that wall. That's how I would put it. You understand what I'm saying? Like if I was Trump, that's what I would do. That's straight up. I would tell them, you know what? Morocco, I'm going to tariff you if you don't get control of your side of the border. But why would you protect Spain? Why do their work for them? They've been shitting on you. Why? Why would you do this? Let them have their fucking blowback. Let them get their pendulum swing. Let the people on the north side of Spain, on the other side of the fucking strait, see what's going on. Yeah, this is a good point. This is a good point. Like we lived this, right? We had 4 years of that here in the US. That's why Trump is deporting so many people. Thank God for Trump. Europe needs someone like Trump. Ain't perfect, but I will take anything. No, like Trump is the best president I ever had. I think he's just a Democrat, right? The Democrat Party became communist, right? I can't look at any Democrat except for maybe what's his name? Shrek? Oh, what's his name? God damn it, what's his name? The one that's still sane, the one that got like a brain seizure and he got better. I forget his name. Fetterman. Yes. He's the only one that isn't like full goddamn fucking commie. The rest of them are just communists. But Trump is a Democrat. RFK is a Democrat. Tulsi Gabbard is a Democrat. Like these people are all Democrats. We're being ruled by Democrats. Rubio is a Republican. But Trump is a Democrat. And because he's a Democrat, he wants to deal. He cares about buildings. He doesn't want to take the H-1B visas from his fucking friends in the fucking clubs. He thinks some people should maybe have some workers. That's some Democrat shit. I love the guy. I think he's the best president I've ever had. He's still a fucking Democrat. He calls himself a Republican because the Republicans became commies. He can't run under Democrats. He can't do it. He's too soft. He's right for his time, but he's too soft, especially on the home front. You think I would have given a shit about the fucking law? I'll start arresting these people. I start arresting mayors, arresting governors. They didn't follow the law when they had it. People were locked up for 4 years without trial for just showing up at the Capitol. Didn't break nothing. Got invited in by the police. Didn't break through a window. Came through the fucking front door. Videos of them being welcomed in through the velvet ropes. 4 years in jail without trial. Think I give a fuck about the law? Fuck no. I'd be arresting the fucking shit out of them. I would be, if I would get on my knees, pray to God that Trump was 1/10 the authoritarians they claim he is. But he's not. He's not an authoritarian. He's what, like an old school blue dog, by the book, fucking law-abiding Democrat. If they're everything good a Democrat could possibly be, is what Trump is. He is the best version of a Democrat that there has ever been on earth. That's Trump. You take a Trump speech, you can take every fucking word in his speech and find it in an Obama speech, find it in a Bill Clinton speech, find it in a fucking Bernie Sanders speech, find it in a fucking Hillary speech. He is the best version of the Democrats. And they try to make it out like he's the super ultra right wing. Everything good and noble that ever was in the Democrats is Trump. Everything good and noble about the health worried Democrats is RFK. Everything good and noble about the Democrats in the military is Tulsi Gabbard. Rubio is a Republican. But Trump is a Democrat. He is the best version. He is the best Democrat that has ever lived. The epitome of what Democrats should have been. Lifelong. We're talking 50 years, 60 years Democrat. Well, 50. Oprah used to love him. The Democrats used to love him. Bill used to. Why do you think all these people loved him? Do you think they loved him because he was a Republican? Do you think all these Democrats loved him because he was a Republican for fucking 50 years? Is that what you think? You must be young. You must be very young if that's what you think. The epitome of what a good Democrat could be is Trump. The epitome of what, that's a business Democrat. Trump is the epitome of a business Democrat. Someone that understands the law, understands business, understands that you give a little, you take a little, you need some social services, you can't overload them. You need to make the right deals with the right people. Sometimes you got a tariff. Tariff is more of a control. It's more of a big government thing. A lot of fucking conservatives don't like that, but if you use it right for the right reason at the right time, bam, that's smart. That's like real. Trump is the epitome of a business Democrat. Tulsi is the epitome of a fucking military Democrat. RFK is the epitome of a health Democrat. But the Democrats became a fucking vile pit of communist vipers. So there's no space for any good people in there. So they all moved to the Republicans. And you know what? Thank God they did. Because it's the best president I've ever seen. I don't got nothing against the guy. I just know what he is. He was necessary. He was necessary for his time. Because these people made us walk on eggshells and he was a bull in a china shop. Like, he was necessary. I love the guy. I think he's the best president. I wouldn't want to have Kamala. I wouldn't want to have Biden. But I just recognize what it is. It's not an insult. It's an insult if you realize that most of the other Democrats are just fucking commies and have always been trying to subvert the best interest of America. Like, if you have in your mind, and I have this sometimes myself because I kind of hate Democrats in the sense of what they do in practice. But if you take Democrats of what they say they are, not what they do in practice, what they do in practice is usually fucking evil. If you take Democrats for what they say they are and what they say they care about, the working class, business, having good relation, having a social safety net. If you take that at face value and not the actions of most Democrats, the best a Democrat could be was Trump when he was a Democrat, which was most of his life. Like, we have to be real about what we're facing. The Democrats have become communists. The Democrats have become socialists. That's incredibly fucking dangerous. You got to get your fucking vote out. You got to get your fucking vote out. It's very important. It's vital that you get your fucking vote out, or you're going to have this shit again. This is how our border patrol used to be during the Biden era. There are no Democrats left. They're all socialists. There's one Democrat left, Fetterman. That's the last Democrat. And I don't trust him on, like, Fetterman, I couldn't say he's a business Democrat. I couldn't say he's, I don't know what kind of policy he has. I know he doesn't hate Israel. I think he's like a small town Democrat. Like, he's just going with the flow. He's not fucking brilliant, but he doesn't have a bad heart. He's got a good heart in there. Right? That's what's left. That's the last one standing. The rest of them are fucking socialist pieces of shit. The rest of them are fucking socialist scums. The only good Democrats left, the only one is Fetterman. The rest of them went to the conservative. Elon was a Democrat. Joe Rogan was a Democrat. You got to understand. No, he is what the Democrats used to be. Because he's not that understanding of fucking policy. He's just passing shit he doesn't understand. I've never heard from fucking Fetterman a very eloquent speech on economics. And I'm not saying he's a stupid, dumb Democrat. I'm just saying it's not his bag. He's like a standard Democrat. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna highlight a comment here. I want to highlight a comment here. I was a Democrat. I want to recite for you a common saying that is very popular. At least I've heard it a lot in America. if you are young and conservative, you have no heart. If you're old and liberal, you have no brain. Have you ever heard that saying? If you're young and conservative, you have no heart. You can't be young and conservative. That's heartless. You can't be old and liberal. That's brainless. Why do people say that shit? Why would anybody say that? I'm going to tell you why. Because most conservatives used to be Democrats. Most conservatives used to be liberal in their youth. Then they got married. Then they got a job and started paying taxes and get the fucking deductions on the check. Then they started to see how the economy really works. Then they maybe started a business, right? When you're young, you want to help everybody. That's understandable. That doesn't mean you know what the fuck you're doing. So, like, yeah, I was liberal when I was young. Of course, most of us were. So I don't want you to take it like I don't want you to take it bad. I don't want you to feel like if you've ever been a Democrat, I fucking hate you or anything. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking when I say talking Democrats, usually I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about the elected officials. That's what I'm talking about. You see, some people have heard it. Some people have heard it. You know what that is? Do you know why your aunt said that, Chuck? Truck? You know why she says that? Because she wants you to have compassion on them. Like some of them are too far gone, they're too hateful, they've been brainwashed. But some of them, you're like, you might have been a little bit liberal. You might have been a little bit, a little bit on the left. Yeah, we were all a little bit more liberal. You got? Hey, we got to have heart. That's what I'm saying. Yo tengo corazón. I have a heart. You got to have a heart. When you're younger, you have feelings. When you get older, you realize no one ever gave a damn about your feelings. I like this comment. I like this comment. When you're younger, you have feelings. When you get older, you realize no one gives a damn about your feelings. Well, when you're older, you have responsibility. And we got Javid Shah in the chat. Javid Shah, long live the king, long live the king. But yeah, that's just the way it is. I want to spend these last 5 minutes with you. I'm gonna close it down at 10:30. I want a little extra. If you guys got any questions you guys want me to ask, have a little conversation over here with Grok. She has a very sexy voice. That's how I feel, Javid Shah. I think that's the right choice. I think if we're gonna pick a transitional government, I don't want MEC, I don't want the PUK. Right? If we're talking options, that's not my I wouldn't want any options like that. Okay, so here is my problem with the IRGC.
Involves an Al Qaeda, one of which,
and I this is someone Jeff knows about.
Which involves an Al Qaeda terrorist that was captured. She's actually now in Texas in a mental institution for the rest of her life. Her name's Afia Siddiqui. She's an MIT trained biologist, related by marriage to Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. Okay, and she was leading the biological weapons program. This is according to the CIA officers.
She was trained at MIT?
She was trained at MIT, and then she went back to Pakistan. She was the first woman on the FBI's most wanted terrorist list.
How come they have her in a mental institute?
Because they caught her, and then this part is reported. They caught her. And
I got to show this to Armin.
Somehow she got a hold of a Marine's rifle and was firing at the FBI agents interviewing her. This is all public, and she was shot. They took her to the United States, gave her a trial, decided she was insane, put her in a mental institution. But what had never been revealed before my book is that in her handbag, she had plans to create a genetically modified pathogen that mixed rabies with chickenpox.
Do you understand what rabies plus chickenpox would do? She's trying to make a zombie virus. She is dangerous, but you got AI now. Anybody could be dangerous. That's the fucking problem. That's why you can't leave the IRGC in charge. Because if you get the IRGC charge and you get the moderates, and the fucking moderates take charge and they shoot any Durka that doesn't agree to giving up the dust, and they shoot any Durka that doesn't agree with the inspections, and they get to stay in charge because they signed the deal. I wanted a deal. I got the deal. I got the deal. I got the deal. No, look, they let me inspect. They let me inspect. Yeah, but you don't know how many fucking Wuhan labs where they got these kinds of psychos making fucking rabies combined with chickenpox or COVID, combined rabies, COVID, and Ebola. And have somebody that's half decent at fucking biology and fucking AI and some kind of Chinese AI that's unrestricted. And they say, I'll let you experiment on all the protesters you want as long as you give me the cure. We will share the cure. You have to give me insight into your direct connection to your base through internet. I will give you the AI, but not local. You connect to the AI, we help you make the virus and the cure. And they could like shorten the incubation time, because sometimes during the incubation time you like notice that there's something wrong and you can stop it. But if you really shorten the incubation time, it's crazy what can happen. This is why I say no deal.
Think about that. Imagine airborne rabies. Rabies, like pneumonic plague, is one of the only other pathogens that has 100% death rate without countermeasures.
And rabies, like when you see it in animals, I've never actually encountered a rabid animal in the wild as much as I know. But when you see them, they want to infect something else. They get hyper aggressive. They want to bite you. So if they bite you, they give it to you, which is really crazy. Like this disease makes them throw their own safety out the window and just go after people and try to bite them.
I mean, it's like rabies is like now its own a rabid animal. You know, you think of it, it's so visceral. It's going to come at you with its infected saliva. I almost went with the rabies scenario because I always in these scenarios tie them to actual events that have happened, so that readers don't go like, this is Annie Jacobson's dystopian imagination, as much as they say, oh, she's following what, science. This is science fact, not science fiction. And so when I learned about that plan for the genetic modification of rabies and chicken, airborne rabies, but then I thought,
how far did she get along with this?
You see what the problem is. This is why I said no deal. This is why I say no deal. Is there a membership? Thank you for your memberships. I don't see any super chats. If I have missed it, I apologize, but I don't see any alert for the super chats. I just want to finish out this video. We're going to finish out this video, but I want to thank you guys for staying. I know it's a Friday. I know you guys probably want to be with your family and that kind of stuff, and a lot of you aren't going to make it today. If you see it tomorrow or you see it later, don't feel bad that you didn't see me live. That's fine. Come see me later. That matters too. Like, if you guys come by later, that matters too. So if you're listening to me from the future, I want you to appreciate that I do appreciate the watch later ability of the channel. All right. So you're doing me you're doing good for me here too. So this is you monkey from the past talking to viewer from the future. Also, you guys that are here, I love you too. But we're going to finish out this video because this is very much why I don't believe in a deal. Because if the fucking reformers get in power, they're going to say, you motherfuckers don't even know how to fucking do apocalyptic shit. You're stuck on your old boomer nukes. Let us reformers take over and we're going to show you how to apocalypse. Let them inspect whatever they fucking want. We got different ways to do it. And this is what they would fucking do.
That is classified, Annie, But I did get a second person, David Relman, who's the advisor to the president on biodefense, to confirm with me that was actually located in her handbag and caused serious concern.
Oh, no, imagine if they never found her. They never caught her, and she completed that.
I mean, it's really terrifying.
It wipes out most of the country.
And also just in the most horrific
Yes.
way. I mean, you know, like having to like look at your pet and be like, is my pet rabbit? It's just,
Jesus. And you could catch it too.
Another project.
Oh, she had another project?
Yes, multiple projects.
She had collected materials on viruses for biological warfare, and one of her projects is finding its way to infect America's poultry supplies with an antibody that would allow chickens to pass salmonella onto humans more easily. She later destroyed her work after suspecting Abu Lubab was hoping to double-cross her and turn her into the United States authorities.
This is a long Wikipedia with quite a bit of twists and turns. I'm surprised it's not a movie. There's a lot going on.
Oh my God. And that's one person that we caught. Now, that's not like this is the only time they thought of that. This is the only person that they tried to recruit to do this kind of stuff. There's probably someone out there right now. Hence your book.
I mean,
Exactly. This is why you can't have a deal.
I interviewed this guy, very famous, legendary CIA officer named Rolf Moet Larsen, and he led the counter WMD team, right? So he would go to places basically.
Look, I sometimes forget, guys,
which involve
that I'm okay. Let me explain. I'm on both channels right now, right? Because Armin likes what I do. That's why he lets me stream on his channel and my channel. And one of the things that we're trying to do here is my channel. There we go. We got 2 subscribers. We got 2 subscribers since we started the show. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for subscribing. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. I'm trying to get to 1,000. It's a little bit of slow coming, but hey, I've been 84 videos I've made. I like go nonstop ever since I started. I do 8 hours a day. There's some days that I can't do the night show. I've missed maybe twice, but other than that, I'm usually 8 hours a day, every day, 7 days a week. I'm here for you. So if you guys would like to subscribe to my channel, I appreciate it. If you are on my channel and you have not subscribed to Armin's channel, that's over here. You should subscribe to that also. To working hard as I can to make sure that you guys get good information. Right now, I don't have like a super big crowd, but I appreciate all of you for being here, and I'll try to, do the best that I can for you. And with this closing story, I would like to say goodbye. I gotta go, but bless you, bless your health, bless your wealth, bless your plans, bless your home, bless your family, your loved ones, and everything you touch. Peace.